So, I get to drive away from here today. I get to drive away. Just the thought of being able to drive away. Oh my god. It's almost like I'm enjoying the anticipation of driving away so much. I don't want to rush it. Whoa. So yeah, I had to celebrate yesterday, realizing that everything had been taken care of. You know, like all of the had been taken care of in one way or another, you know, through the very concentrated, focused effort on behalf of myself and so many other people that I am eternally grateful toward for following through when I really needed help, because there were surprisingly people very close to me that didn't help at all. In fact, made it worse. and then I just had, also with the cleaning out of detritus that I no longer need in my life, I also walked all over my old stomping grounds this last month or so, just breathing in, I take back my peace and my power, and exhaling, I release the pain to spirit and move forward in beauty and truth. And breathing in, I take back my peace and my power. And breathing out, I surrender with love all that no longer serves me, because surrendering with love is so different from the feeling of letting go. Because letting go has this weird unresolved tinge to it, kind of like you just give up. Like, you'll never know why, you'll never figure, it's just, you just gotta let go, you know. And that's really kind of a defeating kind of feeling, letting go. Even though it does feel good letting go, it also kind of doesn't feel good letting go sometimes, when you want to understand things, or at least come to some understanding of it's okay not to know why. You know, it's like, it's just surrendering with love is a totally different approach to the same thing, because if you surrender it with love, you're acknowledging the fact that you've learned what you needed to learn from that relationship or that scenario or that experience. And it's so much more of a calming and gentle way to shed your skins, because it's kind of like giving things away that you, like when you're, you know, tidying up or whatever, and you're decluttering your life, and you have a box of things that you know, you enjoyed, you have memories attached to it, but you just don't need it around anymore because it weighs too much to drive it around at $5 a gallon. And you know, you put out this box, and there's your friend in a van a couple doors down who's like, oh man, I was just looking for a cable like this for my speaker or whatever. And it just makes you so happy that that item is going to somebody who so needs that right now. So it's that kind of feeling. Surrendering with love is like that. It's like you're releasing it, but it's resolved, you know? It's such a nice feeling. And there's a lot less of the grief about it, you know? There's a lot less loss aversion about surrendering with love, because there is no loss. You know, you're actually gaining from having less to cloud your thinking and so on and so forth. So to speak. Because I've been not really, you know, ever since Sadie's cancer thing happened, I haven't really been working on the comic books at all. And, you know, I was kind of going at a machine's pace before that, and I just couldn't. I can't work on creative things when there's a pile of shit at my feet. Although it is kind of satisfying to just throw shit on the floor, like unwrap it, eat it, throw it on the floor. I don't know. That's something really satisfying about that. I don't know why. I think it's just because you're acting like an infant or something. I don't know. But you know, when you do have to actually pick up that garbage, it's like shin deep. You know, it's good to do that, then it's just like literally sweeping away the uncertainty and depression and confusion and angst, so to speak. Angst. It's not so to speak, it's actual. And then just now I was thinking about how I was so excited to first be parking here because I so wanted to be allowed to be somewhere for a while so I could just be still and work on my shit, right? And so I was like, oh, I'm here, I'm doing what I wanted to do, and then how that could so easily be perceived the next day after a little bit of confrontation from somebody yelling at me for no reason or whatever. It just was like, it was like literally watching a play and always having like that 80s game, Dragon's Lair, Dragon Adventure, something like that. It was one of the first choose your own adventure kind of video games. It didn't do very well, but it was like kind of like watching a cartoon, and then you stop and then you have to go this way or go that way or whatever. And it's like every single time something like that came up, especially when it involved other interactions with other people, like I literally, it was like everything stopped and I was like, I can look at it like this or I can look at it like this. With Sadie's cancer, same thing. I can look at it like this and go this way, or I can look at it like this and go that way. And like so everything is being perception based like that, I just now realized like the uncertainty and the insecurity I felt about driving around all the time from place to place that was starting to weigh on me when I first parked here. There's an equal amount of insecurity and uncertainty about being in a still place behind a locked gate that you can't leave. So, and then the freedom aspect of driving around everywhere all the time is like you have that freedom to drive around wherever you want to go. And yes, there's still uncertainty, but you also have your freedom, and you also have the security of having your house, at least, with you everywhere you go like a snail. But there's also the uncertainty and insecurity of, the world around you or whatever. So it's like, it doesn't even matter if I'm driving around or parked somewhere forever. It's the same thing. It's all just perception. It just reminds me of when I took acid on the train in 1992 from Boston to when I moved out here and took acid and read Aldous Huxley's Doors of Perception, and I fucking loved that book. Not just because I was tripping balls, but I keep going back to those. It's such a skinny book too, and it's got so much fact in there. I just love that, like the difference between toxic narcissicity and choosing your own vibration. There is a difference. I've finally figured out that there is a difference. Well, you'll know when you get there, because it's all just about advocacy for yourself and your own well-being, and being and trusting your own guidance. There go the seagulls. Here they come. Oh my god.